What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome on in, guys, to the USC Trojans schedule preview and predictions for 2026. Rick Tamburo, Seth Douglas. If you guys are tapping in on YouTube, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Instagram, if you're not following us already, give us a follow. And if you don't follow us, make sure to follow our personal pages. Appreciate you guys, man. But on top of that, Twitter, X, whatever. I got this big thing in my head, Seth, by the way. People want to call it X, but they still call it tweets. It's pissing me off. It's Twitter, and we call it tweets. All right? Anyway, what are you going to call it? X's? I'm going to have too many X's in a day. So anyway, all right. Man, let's hop on in here. USC, big expectations, I think. We're getting tired of seeing USC be in this kind of mediocre, couple big wins a year, never really do anything with it. Not huge expectations, but they're paying one guy a hell of a lot of money to win out there. Your thoughts on Lincoln Riley before we get going here, man? Is this it? Or do you think this guy's kind of got his shoe in to just keep rolling as long as he wants to go?
No, I believe this is his time. He needs to at least make a playoff berth or make a Big Ten title game just to get the momentum for USC. Granted, they got the #1 recruiting class for 2026 this year. But I think I'm gonna have a bold prediction later on when we talk about it a little bit more. If this team doesn't get it together, some big changes are going to happen.
Interesting. Okay, I like it. Yeah, the recruiting class. I mean, is that just kids that want to go to the beach and respectfully look at ladies all day, or is that dudes that want to go win national championships? I don't know. But we will see what happens there, man. But yeah, Lincoln Riley, a $10 million mansion, a $30 million something else, private jet, two cars.
Got the private jet.
Anyway, it's time to win, Lincoln. We're tired of it, bro. We're tired of hearing about this little story. I feel like what he did in Oklahoma was kind of it was deserved. You know, the hype to USC was deserved. It just there's been nothing since he got there. That's really took me by surprise. So we'll see what happens, man. But a decent ending to the year last year and an interesting look here coming in this year. Obviously, 16 ranked there. They lose a final overtime in the Alamo Bowl to TCU, which is exactly what I expected of USC to do. Very classic. But they open things here with SJSU. I don't want to get too deep into this game because I feel like it shouldn't really be a good one. But at the same time, my man, SJSU can sneak up on you, especially early in the year if you're not careful. This is going to be an offensive shootout. Do you think there's any danger here for the Trojans?
No, I don't think so. My main concern really for the whole year, honestly, is what is this wide receiver room going to give us? You know, they lost Lemon and Lane, Jacoby Lane, and Malachi Lemon to the NFL. So they're losing a lot of production in that wide receiver room, and who's going to be stepping up? I mentioned that they have the #1 recruiting class coming in this year, so they're going to be banking on a lot of freshmen and also Terrell Anderson coming from North Carolina State. So I'm just really interested in how this offense is really going to come together and be like. But I definitely have USC getting the first win in the season, though.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm going to go 1-0 here. SJSU, though, dude, I think the first half of this game is a game. I got to be honest with you. I'll probably be taking the points, taking the spread, taking the touchdown and a half, whatever they want to give me there early on in this one. But I do think ultimately USC gets it done, guys. 1-0 for the Trojans, kicking things off here. If you're just tapping in, welcome on in. USC schedule preview and predictions this year. College football. If you're like, what's USC? I don't know if you should be watching the show, but we are jumping in, my man, to week number 2, Fresno State. I got to be honest with you. I'm looking at the first 4 here, Seth. It's kind of cakewalky. And then they get to finally the big one, and they're at home for it. But anyway, let's just zoom ahead here. We already got them 1-0. Fresno State at USC. Louisiana at USC. And then they do go to Rutgers here. Of the next 3, what's the biggest test here? Is it that Rutgers game?
Yeah, since they have to fly cross country. That was a tongue twister for a second. But fly cross country to play in New Jersey, Piscataway, New Jersey, of all places. Shout out Luca out in Jersey.
Shout out Luca.
But yeah, definitely, I think that would be the most hardest test. But do I think they'll have a lot of issue talent-wise facing Rutgers? No, I think it'll be the early kickoff kind of for them, switching time zones. That'll catch up to them for the first half or so. But USC should beat Rutgers.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you look at it here, obviously 3:00 in that first one, but then we got a 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern for them. Obviously, those games in California, but you're right. And then all of a sudden you go 3:30 Rutgers time Eastern. You're talking like noon, 12:30 for these Cali boys. They've been sleeping in and taking their time and having their team lunch and doing all that stuff. They're wake up, morning, breakfast, let's go, drive to the stadium, showtime. So I'm with you here. I think it's the Rutgers game, but we've kind of talked about Rutgers, and unfortunately, we hope they do okay. But I don't think that they're really a threat here. It's very cakewalky, dude. If you lose one of the first four, Lincoln Riley, you're in trouble, my boy, because you got a big week 5 coming up here. So, guys, we're going to go 4-0 for the Trojans through the first 4, but then they are back at home. Time is TBD. They're probably waiting to see if both teams are 4-0 at this point. Maybe. I don't know what they're waiting for here, but a potential noon kickoff game, a potential night game as the big showdown here. Oregon comes to California. Did they pull it off, my man?
I've been teetering between this game. I'm also doing the Oregon, or I did the Oregon schedule breakdown. And this one was very hard for me because I am very high on Oregon this year. But do I give it to the Ducks on this one? I'm gonna say yes, but I think Lincoln Riley and Gary Patterson. I want to allude to this real quick. They brought in Gary Patterson, the former TCU head coach, to be the new DC. And this was a really big move for Lincoln Riley because he is desperate for making that defense anything but ordinary this year. Like, he needs a top-tier defense. We already know that USC is going to put up a lot of points this year with Jaden Mayava, who is also a dark horse for me in the Heisman race this year. But this defense has to live up to expectations, because if they don't, I don't see Lincoln Riley surviving this year after that. But unfortunately, give me Oregon, but I must say this is a very close game, a barn burner, but the Ducks get the dub.
I don't think it's a barn burner. I think Oregon kicked the shit out of them.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. USC has played Rutgers up to this point. They are about to see Dan Lanning and the boys. Look, like I said, it's favorable. It's at home. They got momentum. I'm not saying it shouldn't be close. I think it should be. And based on rankings by this point in the year, I think Oregon's a top 5 team. I think USC is easily a top 15. But once again, it's based off of beating nobody. So it's tough for me to say that they're going to win this one. And honestly, Oregon, man, half those fucking Oregon kids grew up in California, got rich, and went to Oregon. The fuck? Like, this ain't no away game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play Cali teams all the time. I don't look at it like that big of an away game. And Oregon travels, by the way. Like I said, those people, half of them got homes in California. Dude, this is going to be a half-half game here. It's going to be good. It could be shootout early, but when all push comes to shove here, Dan Lanning's defense is just better. You pointed it out. It was a great move from USC. Is it enough? I don't think so. This feels to me like Oregon are probably going to score the majority of drives, whether it's 3 or 7, and I just don't see that with USC here. So I'm going to go a little bold, maybe a little closer than an ass whooping, but I'm going to go like 27-17. I don't think it's a one-score game.
27-7. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. What do you guys think, though? In the chat, let us know what you guys are thinking, man. Do you got Oregon losing this one at USC? We have them 4-1 so far on the year. Then things get interesting here. Let's give it a scroll. Once again, if you guys are just joining, SJSU, Fresno State, Louisiana, USC, Rutgers, light work, and then they finally get a big one and they lose that big one. But the big ones aren't done, my man. Washington. Okay, bro, are they ever going to play a fucking road game other than Rutgers?
That's a good question.
Bro, what am I missing here? Okay, anyway, Washington at USC October 3rd, coming off of the loss, most likely, to Oregon. I got to be honest with you, I see Penn State coming up next week. Is this a must-win football game here?
I think so. Yeah, they need to gather up that momentum that they would have had or what they lost going into that Oregon game, and then they have to beat Washington. But don't be surprised if Washington does come out and give them a good run. But give me Jaden Maava. This is another game where he could actually pronounce himself in the Heisman race. But give me USC for this one.
Ooh, we're talking Heisman race. I won't go down the road. I won't do it. But there's one man you had in that Heisman race, and I just can't.
I'm telling you who's already going to win the Heisman, but I'm gonna throw a couple other names out there too for y'all.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd be throwing a couple names out there too, because first one's though, whoop, there it goes.
Nah.
Anyway,
shout out to Trinidad Chambliss.
I'm gonna go ahead here and join you on the Washington game. I gotta be honest with you guys. I feel like I'm probably wrong, and I rarely say that. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I am, or I wouldn't have the take. But Seth, I don't think USC's that good. They're coming in with this ranking. They're coming in with this huge recruiting class. Like as always, there's this big hype on them, but it's a little bigger this year. And I'm just looking at the big dogs, bro. And I get it. USC Ohio State might be a little bit vulnerable right now, but Oregon looks incredible. Indiana's probably picking up right where the hell they left off. Penn State's getting better. Alabama, Bama's Bama. Texas is Texas. Georgia's Georgia. Like
where do they fit in?
Yeah, I can't put them in there. And I feel like all this preseason stuff, they want to put them in there. I don't know, guys. Maybe I just need to wake up a little bit, but I just feel like it's been 5 years of USC disappointing football. Why would I sit here and be like, oh, they got some good freshmen coming in? Who gives a fuck? Like, you still got to beat all the 22-year-olds from Georgia. Good luck, bro. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, whatever. All right, I'm done ranting, guys. Washington is a win for USC here. So 5-1 going into the Penn State game. Now, this to me, Seth, is a test that will tell me a lot about USC. First of all, it is on the road at Penn State, but it's a very, very winnable game. And also, they got blessed. It is before the snow comes down here in Pennsylvania. So, what's that, October 10th? No snow. They better pray to God it ain't a night game. They got that TBD next to it. If it's 9 p.m., GG.
I think it is going to be a night game, and it is going to be I think it is. So
because I bet Penn State's begging for it.
Yeah, so, since USC has came into the Big Ten, I don't think this is their first time playing Penn State at home. So of course, they're going to have to introduce them to Big Ten and play with a whiteout at night. So
fair.
I think that's coming.
Well, look, we all know Penn State ain't what we in our mind. Penn State.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a rough 2 years right there, boy. Things are changing. Coaches are changing. They got, we can call it the Ohio State or Iowa State Nittany Lions at this point, bro.
Basically.
So, who you got in this one? Let's call it a night game for the fun of it. So the pressure's on. Does USC, a loss to Oregon, a win against Washington, honestly, another must-win football game here. Do they get it done?
I'm going to lean towards Penn State. I'm going to put it like this. I think Penn State is going to be a sleeper team in the Big Ten this year. Their schedule sets themselves up to be really, really scary and also have a potential for a playoff berth. So if they can get past USC and they have all the factors that we listed, a night game, a whiteout, and this is like the first time, again, this is USC has to go cross country again for this game too. So depending on what time it really does fall on, I think that's going to play into Penn State's hands. So I think Penn State will get this one done. The Lincoln Riley saga will be dwindling down.
I'm looking forward to this Penn State show. We haven't done a Penn State show yet, nor have we done an Oregon show yet, folks. So stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're another one that I live in Pennsylvania. I want them to be good. They feel like an NIL football team. They feel like a team that's being put together. And I get it. It's a new team, but it doesn't feel like a team to me. Like this ain't no, like they've been coming up together. It's like, hey, let's get a good guy from here, and here. And let's start making something at Penn State. And that's great. And it is midseason. So maybe they're rolling by this point. It's a very winnable game for USC. But y'all really, really putting too much stock into this head coach, man. They're going to go on a road and lose this game here. I'm with Seth, man. Give me Penn State, the Iowa State Nittany Lions. Give me them boys at night. Going to be a fun one there. Then, Seth, I think we're done talking about, is this a must-win game? Every game will be a must-win game at this point. We have them 2 losses on the schedule at Wisconsin. Don't need to take too much time here, I think. Do they win this one?
Nah.
Okay.
Luke Fickell's out the door as well in Wisconsin, so USC will get this dub easily.
Easy dub. I'm right there with you. All right. What we got? 6-2? Sounds about right.
Yeah. 6-2.
Oh, Seth, your favorite team, big Michigan fan here in the building, folks. It's getting spooky on October 31st. By the way, the amount of great games Halloween weekend is unreal, by the way. I feel like every other show we do, we're like, here's a banger on Halloween. Here's another banger on Halloween. So anyway, Ohio State, they do got to go to California. Not going to be cold. Going to be a nice game here. Does Ohio State get this one done and basically end USC's playoff hopes?
How much of a fan do I want to be, or how much of a hater do I want to be right now? I'll say this.
Seth, I'm taking the last $1 million to my name and I'm putting it on this game, man. What should I do?
Damn, man. I wouldn't want to steer you wrong, Riggs. So obviously I would tell you to put a good portion of that on Ohio State. But I think we are in the dark ages, the dark days for Lincoln Riley. So I think this team at this point, is going to be very hungry. They're going to need a signature win. But do they get it? I got to say no. Unfortunately, I think Ryan Day is just, churning out that team each and every year. They're always going to be a contender. But I really hope I'm wrong and USC can pull something off for me on Halloween. But give me Ohio State to get this one done. But I will say it'll be close. I'll put that out there. It will be close.
The thing is, we haven't given them any big game yet. We didn't give them Oregon, right? I mean, okay, we did give them Washington. I mean,
that's low key.
It ain't no big game though.
Yeah, that's like a rivalry a little bit. So that's kind of a big game, but not too much.
Yeah, we haven't really given them one yet. I feel like it's time to give them one, but there is no way I'm doing it. Give me Ohio State to win this game here. I already told you guys this season's over already. It doesn't matter because if it doesn't end here, Seth, it ends next week. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Ohio State here, but Ohio State better be careful in this game because it is on the road. It could be potential, USC season on the line at home. Like there could be a lot of motivation here for the Trojans. So I'm going to join you here. I think it's a weirdly close one. Could put a scare into Ohio State, but your boy Julian Sayin is going to get this one done. So
Unfortunately.
moving on up, though, the next week, bro, they go to Indiana outdoors November 14th. It's going to be chilling. You already know Signetti wants this. He's like, make it at night. Make it at night. Take away their whole offense. All they do is throw the damn football.
Mm-hmm.
My man, you're high on Indiana. Do you give USC a shot here?
I give them a small chance. Just depending on how bad the weather is. I mean, what was that? We said November 14th, right? That was on the schedule. Yep. November 14th. It's a little chilly out here in the Midwest, so
just a little.
Give me Indiana. And it just pains me a little bit, as much as I want to talk all the shit in the world about USC and Lincoln Riley. You're right, though. I feel like they're going to get one of these games. They have to get one of these games, but I just can't do it. My heart is telling me it's not happening.
Yeah.
So give me Indiana, but this is another close one. Oddly, just how you pointed out, they throw the ball a lot. I think this year is going to be a better balance. I think we're going to be looking at Jam Miller. Is it Jam Miller? King Miller and Jordan, the two running backs for USC. Yeah. I think this year is going to be a breakout game or breakout season for them, and we're going to be talking about them a lot this year. So, but Indiana, yes,
yeah. I mean, look, I'm still watching NFL games, grilling on my deck. Mid-November, I was just thinking about it. I was like, it might not be that bad. You know, if it's a noon, 3:00 game, I mean, it really might not be bad, but it's still chillier than California. Okay.
Facts.
So that much I know, and it's still a long road trip, and that doesn't change. Indiana, I might not be quite as high on Indiana as I want to say you, and I think Luca and pretty much everybody else.
Mm-hmm. I think Lou was talking about Indiana too
Lou was talking about Indiana too. Like, man. Yeah, they're not going to win one big game all year. First off, if they fucking don't, and he's not fired, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you at this point. It's time to go. They can't win. They're not winning 2 of the 4 big ones. Could they? I mean, sure. But you know what's funny about them? Then they'll go lose at fucking Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, are they a playoff team? Are they a 2-loss or better team? I just don't see it here, my man. I'm going to join you on Indiana. Then they got Maryland at home. This should be a win.
Yeah.
You don't got much to play for, but let's just pretend they got 3 losses. They have a chance to make it in. They're trying to win. They don't lose to Maryland, right?
Right. I was about to say, if they don't mail it in by this time, then yes.
Okay. And finally, UCLA. This is at UCLA. We all know it's a rivalry game, but they handled this game pretty easily last year, somewhere around like 27-10 or 29-10 or some weird shit like that. It was an easy win at UCLA. I see you smirking, and I really don't like it because I am not a UCLA guy. That said, I have toured the campus. Very pretty. Overrated. Ain't no $1 billion on that damn campus, but whatever. Maybe in the science lab or some shit. I don't know. I ain't no scientist. But look, I get that the new coaching move is big. I get that they're making some decent recruiting classes. But USC kind of beat the piss out of them last year. And if these kids got anything left to hang on to when this thing's said and done, if they already have 4 losses, maybe they do lose this one. But if they got 3 losses or better, they ain't losing to UCLA. Skill versus skill, it's USC. Deep down, I love the smirk. I'm probably going with the dog with you. Give me the points when this one rolls around, but USC should not lose.
Well, Riggs, I am going to tell you something that may shock the world a little bit. I think this is the final nail in the Lincoln Riley saga, the story, the legend, whatever you want to put next to that that sentence. I think UCLA gets it done. Nico Iamaleava makes his claim to fame and sends himself off into the sunset, going to the NFL with a dub over USC, and we see Lincoln Riley fall to his knees, just like Urban Meyer did all those years ago for my Ohio State fans, where he almost had a heart attack on the sideline. But Lincoln Riley is seeing his future come to an end. Give me the Bruins.
To be fair, can we both agree if they already have 4 losses and they win this game, he's fired anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying this is just the icing on top. If there was any second thoughts, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. This is the cherry on top. Get him out of here. And right. I'm gonna add this last thing. With him being fired, I believe there will be 8-4 season.
8-4 if they lose the big ones and don't lose anything else.
Okay, 8-4. I think he gets fired, and that whole number 1 recruiting class that he just bought in is all scrap. They're all hitting the portal. It is over with. The rebuild is getting started, and we'll see Lincoln Riley calling plays for another head coach maybe in the next 2 years.
I will say, even though I think it's a letdown, if they go 9-3, I think he keeps his job because I think he can go into that president office and say, hey, look, we're only getting better. We're finally here. We're only getting, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to sacrifice losing all these fucking kids unless they have to. And to me, have to is 7-5.
7-5.
And it should be 8-4. It should be. But if he basically walks in and says, look, we lost to all the teams that are way more along than us, and we beat everybody else, and we won our rivalry game.
Can we say that if they do lose to Penn State, though, how much more along further is Penn State than USC? Because I don't think he can go in there.
That's fair.
I don't think he can.
You and I can both agree we think Penn State is the most winnable of the 4.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It is away, but they're also, like I said, this picked apart, pieced together puzzle team, and they are definitely beatable. But I'll tell you right now, I might give your boy Rocco some shit.
I think he got it.
He about to have a field day on these boys, bro. Now, they might have a field day back. Don't get it twisted, but I'm just saying. You mentioned the run game. I think the run game steps up big in that one for USC, but that's going to come down to a final drive. And if the ball's in Rocco's hands, they're going to win. So we'll see what happens in that one. But anyway, my man. All right. Final record prediction. What are you locking in? And I don't want to hear this or this. What is the record?
Man. I'll lock in 9-3, but I could really see an 8-4 year because I'm just not too high on Lincoln. Like, as much as we put him on the pedestal with the Steve Sarkisians, the Lane Kiffins, and the Ryan Days of the play caller / head coach, and the great offensive mind, he's on the bottom end for me when it comes to that stuff. He was really one of the ones, as much as I talk about Ryan Day being born on third base, and what I mean by that is, he was just gifted a present by the former coaching staff. Lincoln Riley was definitely a person that benefited from that after Bob Stoops left Oklahoma. I mean, the ship was already there. He just needed to follow the path. But yeah, I just don't see Lincoln as that guy, in my opinion. So I'll lock in 9-3, but 8-4 is really, really where it needs to be at.
I'm there with you. I think we might have been a little tough on them, not giving them one of the big 4 games. Folks, if you're just joining us, first off, appreciate you. Welcome on in. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button live for you guys every single day, 6 o'clock. p.m. Eastern. We got 2 shows for you today, though. We're doing 5:30 and 6:15 today. So tap back in. We got the Browns show coming up next. But that said, my man, which, by the way, fuck the Browns. But anyway, see you guys in 10 minutes. But look, dude, I agree with you. Like, I feel like we're supposed to give them one. You know, they're too good. They spent too much money. They had too good of a recruiting class for us not to give them a big win. But my problem is, Seth, I really think, bro, if they beat a USC, I think they choke to a Washington. I think they choke to a UCLA. Like, I feel the 8-4 just feels better to me. Yeah. So I'm going to join you, kind of. I'm going to go 8-4. I do agree with you. I think ceiling, honestly, I think it's 9-3. I really don't think they can go 10-2, make a playoff game. It's just not there. And that's even with a cakewalk first 4 games that they're going to be 4-0 just to kick things off. So, hey, we'll see what happens, guys. But let us know what you guys are thinking, man, in the comments. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like I said, up next, myself and Thunder Villarreal got the Cleveland Browns show coming up for you. So tap into that one. Seth Douglas at S&D Sports Media, myself at Rig Sports Talk. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube at the Sports Forum. We appreciate you guys. Also, if you like just shorts content and not live shows, so we hope you follow both, at Sports Forum CO. If you guys just want memes and some fun, quick content for you, that is our second page. But my man, sportsforummedia.com, Luca killed the article here on the USC team preview. So you guys can go check that out now, man. And until next time, AKA in 8 minutes, we will see you guys, man. Seth Douglas, Riggs Tamburo, thanks for tapping in. USC, peace.